Hello everyone, this is Smiti. Today I'll teach you natural resources, land, soil and water. In this part I'm going to deal with water resource. Water is one of the most precious resource. 97% of the earth's total water is found in the oceans and in the seas. This water is saline water, that is salty water. The oceans and the seas have saline water. It cannot be used for consumption or for watering the plants due to the presence of salt. The other remaining 3% fresh water, it is found in the forms of the following: 0.32% in the forms of rivers, lakes, soil moisture, etc., 2% in the forms of ice glaciers, and remaining 0.68% in the form of groundwater. Then we have the hydrological cycle. Rainfall is the form from which we get the fresh water on the earth. The water of the rainfall gets continuously recycled through the process of evaporation, condensation, and precipitation, which is known as hydrological. Most of the fresh water on the earth is found in the forms of rivers, streams, ponds, ice caps, and underground water. In the figure given here, we can see that through the sun's energy, the water is getting evaporated. That is, it is being formed in the form of water vapor and rising up. And as it rises up in the high altitude, there is low temperature. When it meets with the low temperature, it condenses, that is, it cools down and it forms into water droplets. When these water droplets combine, clouds are formed. When after that, this water droplets start combining with each other. They become heavy and the clouds are unable to hold them. So they fall down on the earth's surface in the form of snow, hail, or rainfall. This is known as precipitation. This process is known as hydrological cycle. Then we have the pollution of water. The quality of water of many rivers is being adversely affected by the untreated industries and from the urban areas. If water diseases such as cholera, jaundice, typhoid are, it also disturbs the ecosystem. Ecosystem is a system of being in harmony between the flora kingdom, the fauna kingdom, and the human beings. If the water will be badly affected or treated, then the marine life or the water bodies, they will get disturbed, they will die, which will affect the whole ecosystem. Then we have the multi-purpose river valley projects. These projects serve many purposes at the same time. Under a multi-purpose river valley project, a dam or series of dams are constructed across rivers for storing the water. This water is further used for navigation, for afforestation, for generating hydroelectricity, flood control, etc. Examples of multi-purpose river valley projects are Damodar Valley Project, Hirakud Dam in India, and Hoover Dam in USA. Dams have been under criticism by the environmentalists because of the following reasons. Extensive forest gets submerged. If dams are constructed, large areas are required. So, obviously, in human settlement areas, they won't be constructed. They choose forest areas for construction of dam. So, they have to be cleared. The forests have to be cleared. So, large forest areas get submerged under those dams. River water gets diverted. These dams are constructed across rivers in rivers where floods occur, so their path gets diverted. Population gets displaced if some people are living in the areas where dams are to be constructed. Then they have to be displaced, they have to be removed from that place. Aquatic life gets affected. Why? Because dams do not provide the original environment that aquatic life should have got when they would live in a river. So they are also adversely affected. During excessive rain, these dams cannot protect the floods. Floods occur if there are excessive rainfall in the areas. Now we have to see water conservation methods. How to conserve water being a precious resource. First one, we have the rainwater harvestings. When rainfall takes place, we should keep tanks or we should construct such structure below the roofs of the houses so that the water from the roofs fall and get collected in them. We can use that rainwater. This is known as rainwater harvest. Vegetation cover also minimize surface water runoff. Water can get absorbed by the roots of the plants. So if there will be more vegetation cover, then the roots of plant will hold them and put them down to underground. If there will be no vegetation cover, then there will be useless surface runoff. So we can plant more trees to check water conservation. Demand of water for industries can be provided through recycled water, that is reused water. Already used water in the house can also be used for watering the plants, for flushing the toilets, etc. Modern methods of irrigation such as drip or sprinkler method should be used. What is drip irrigation? Drip irrigation means the water drops drop by drop on the roots of the plants. And what is sprinkler? The process in which the water falls like rain on the plants. These two forms should be adopted for water conservation. Installing water fixtures, that is setting up of taps, that is sensor taps in the public places. What are sensor taps? Sensor taps are automatic taps. If you will put start flowing, and as you remove the hand, water will stop flowing. This reduces the wastage of water. And last one, we have by education and awareness. We should tell people about the importance of water conservation. If people will be aware, they will not waste the water. These are the methods by which we can conserve the water. Thank you.